You're sitting at a bench at a park. Maybe you're 11, maybe you're 40. It doesn't matter. This happens to everyone eventually. You see a guy walking his dog, you see kids screaming at the playground, and their mom is lecturing one of them about sharing. Off to the side, a homeless man pushes a shopping cart past the restrooms while talking to himself. And then, out on the road, a driver glances down at their phone for a second too long and rear-ends the car in front of them. You watch all of it happen, and for a second, the hair on your arms stand up. Because for the first time, you're not just seeing these people, you're seeing that every single one of them, the dog walker, the screaming kids, the homeless man, the distracted driver, is a main character of a life as real and as complicated as your own, with their own morning, their own worries, their own version of today that has absolutely nothing to do with you. There's a word for this feeling. That word is Sonder. You've probably never heard of it before, and neither have most people. It's not something you're taught in school. For most of human history, this feeling didn't have a name at all. In 2009, a guy named John Koenig set out on a quest with one goal: find every emotion humans actually feel but have never had a word for and name it. He called it the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows. Some of the words that he came up with were opia, the unsettling intensity of looking someone in the eyes; anekdote, a conversation where everyone is talking but no one is actually listening; liberosis, the desire to care less about things; and canopsia, the eerie feeling of an empty place that used to be full, aka the back rooms. But Sonder was the most popular out of all of them. The definition: the realization that every random person around you is living a life as vivid and as complicated as your own, full of their own ambitions, routines, relationships, and quiet stresses you'll never know about. Here's the thing: you don't usually notice the complex lives of the people around you. Most of the time, you're not fully on the steering wheel. You're replaying conversations you had, thinking about past relationships, or maybe plotting about how you're going to become rich. The switch in the brain is flipped towards the subconscious way more often than it's towards the conscious mind. Think about the last time you drove somewhere familiar and arrived without remembering most of the drive, or sat through a conversation nodding along while your brain was somewhere else entirely, replaying embarrassing moments from the morning, or just mindlessly scrolling on social media. Our modern day world is filled with distractions pulling us out of this moment. Most of your life is lived in this subconscious state. Your body is here, your mind is somewhere else, filtering memories from your past or stuck in the what could be future. That bench moment, that was a rare exception. Not many moments come like that. For a few seconds, there was nowhere else for your mind to be except for the here and the now, and you noticed. But why did it feel so heavy to notice everyone? For most of human history, you'd live your entire life inside a group of maybe 150 people. A few hundred faces total across 70 years, but today, you pass that many people before lunch. Your brain was never built for that, so it cheats. Everyone who isn't directly relevant to you, the barista, the guy on the train, the dog walker sitting on the bench across from you, gets quietly downgraded. Not a person, just background. An NPC in a world where you're the main character. That's not a glitch. That's the way that this works. If your brain fully rendered every person you saw as a complete human being, their full inner world, their grief, their plans, their mourning, you'd be stuck living in everyone else's world. You wouldn't be able to live your own world and prioritize the people that actually matter to you, your tribe. You'd never make it through the grocery store. So your brain doesn't do that, except for a few seconds on the bench. It did. And that's what Sonder actually is. Your brain accidentally rendering the world at full resolution. And here's the weird part about it all. That bench moment, it won't last. By the time that you stand up, brush yourself off, walk back to your car, your brain has already filed down everyone back to where they belong. The dog walker, the homeless man, the driver who got rear-ended, back to background characters. And you won't even notice that it's happening. They fade out of your awareness slowly without ever clocking the moment it happens. If you were to try to think back to the last time you were in a public place, I don't think you could remember the strangers' faces. Notice how many you can't. All still real people, living real lives, you just never saw them. So how rare is it that you had a moment where you truly saw everyone? Not just noticed one person, actually took a moment to notice everyone. The most important takeaway from Sonder isn't really about the strangers. What we really should take away from it is how much we let the people that actually matter in our lives fade out to the background. Your parents, your best friend, the people that actually care about you. When's the last time you actually sondered them?